sip of this coffee here.
Chew a little sip of this coffee.
God's
Here.
nectar. We like to call it around here. Nectar of the gods.
AKA his excretions.
No.
he
No. Why? Why have you betrayed me?
excretes black nectar.
Why have you betrayed me, Lord?
Delicious. It's so good. No.
He like excretes it like a bee does honey. He like spits it. Jesus Christ. I just heard my cat's fucking destroying my bathroom. Wow. Alright.
You gonna shit?
You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll do a countdown. Three,
Oh yeah. Three,
two,
two,
one.
one.
Xbox One.
Xbox Two.
Xbox 360. Welcome, gamers, to the coolest gaming show on the internet. We're the Xbox boys.
Oh yeah, I got my Mountain Dew in the corner.
Got my mug full of Mountain Dew right here.
Yeah. No questions, Terry.
What's up, man? How you doing, Teddy?
Hey, Alex. Good. How are you?
Tired. We're recording this first thing in the morning.
I regret that immediately because I asked you to do it really early, and I ended up like binge watching a show last night.
Oh, I've done that before. Yeah, it was like I'm trying to think. Like I went to bed at like 1:30, I think, because I was just like up playing my Switch, and I was like, oh, I need to go to sleep. And then I was like, Teddy's gonna like be up already in the morning, and then I woke up this morning and I saw you text me at like 3 in the morning, and you were like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it like 9, and I was like, oh shit. um, yeah, so we're here to talk about a little topic. We like to use topical videos from time to time. I think the last one we did was good. We went digital. And this,
Alex and Teddy go digital.
yeah,
Yeah.
classic. And this, I think this one kind of aligns with it, and some talking points. Today we're going to talk about the life and times of the Xbox Series S.
Yeah. Still alive. Still time to
Still
play some
kicking.
Xbox.
What actually got me wanting to talk about this is because it seems Xbox is leaning more into the Series S. They had like the whole Jeff Keighley's summer cookout thing happened recently, and a bunch of stuff was revealed. And one of the things that Xbox revealed was like a new black Series S with like more built-in memory, as like a 1 terabyte memory. And that was really interesting to me because it seems like they're really leaning into the Series S as opposed to the Series X.
You said a bunch of stuff was revealed at the cookout. All I could think of was him poisoning the beef.
Jeff Keighley.
Keighley poisons the burgers. Tons of Expo people wind up sick. A lot was revealed at the cookout. We'll be back with more.
So, I guess before we talk about the system itself, yeah, we should probably dive into our experience with the console so far. And me being, this is my channel and I'm the host, I'm going to pass it to you first. Teddy, what's your experience with the Series S?
Wow, I never thought I'd answer this question, but here I am. Xbox Series S, you guys bought it for me. You and Spencer. I was having a rough Christmas time, and you guys pulled your money together and got me it. And it was a very thoughtful gift. I still tell people to this day, like, "Oh, my friends, they got me an Xbox." They're like, "What?" So that was huge. Initially, I think it was a hard sell for me. Because I hadn't bought it, right, and I also hadn't bought an Xbox since the 360 era. Everybody had an Xbox at that time in our age group. So, I went through the phase and I played Halo and stuff, and I was like, what good, why do I want this? Like, I would go physical game hunting, I guess you would say. I go to stores, look at Switch games, look at Wii games, whatever. And it just, and in 2022 or one, I think it was one at this point. I don't know, 2022 maybe. At that time, I was quite out of physical game hunting. So it was a natural alignment to get a console that primarily plays digital. But I think when you hear that as somebody who's like, who enjoys your collection, like I see yours behind you, mine's right over there. It's like, it's not the easiest thing to wrap your head around. And I actually, you had asked me to do like I asked at one point, what's the video you would like to see? And then you said I'd like to see your thoughts on the Series S. And I actually recorded like a full 20-minute video, but I never published it because I knew that I sounded really jaded in that video. What I needed was time because right now this console is like the primary console I'm using to play games. It's got great access to live streaming to Twitch. The games they go on sale all the time. It has the best output. It has one of the best controllers. It's just a simple, straightforward console, and I really appreciate that. So it has quickly become my console of choice.
Yeah, I played the Xbox. That was a
Did
class.
you?
That's a classic button mappers answer. No, so the Xbox Series S came around at a time. For me, it was at a time where next generation gaming was a little unobtainable. There was a while there where like it was really like what 2020. You couldn't get your hands on PS5s or like Xbox Series X's at all.
Or Switches with
Or
Animal Crossing.
yeah, or the Animal Crossing Switch, whatever. Those are like the OLEDs, I think, too, or the pretty bad. You know, it was a rough time just for gaming in that in that time period. Well, at the beginning of 2021, I had already gotten an Xbox One S from a friend at work at the time, and I was playing some of that and kind of like seeing what Game Pass was. Up before that, my experience with Xbox ended with the original Xbox One, and then like if you go back and listen to like we did like a modern gaming discourse on the button mappers. I'm very jaded against Xbox at that time because I just didn't understand what their purpose was in the marketplace. I was just like, who would buy this Xbox One? Well, I got this Xbox One S, and when I had the original Xbox One, that was before like Game Pass, and I think a lot of the structure of Xbox shifted. So when I got the Xbox One S, I really started to enjoy Game Pass. I really started to enjoy their library of games and such. And I did collect some physical games, but I remember I was walking into a GameStop, and I don't know why I was there. I don't think I had a reason to be there. I was just out. And behind the glass, there was just one singular Xbox Series S. That was the only new console they had in. And I was like, holy shit. So I asked the girl that worked there. Luckily, I was a regular at that time, so she just she was like, sure. She held the console for me, and I ran home and I grabbed that Xbox One S and all of my physical games that I had, and I traded all that in, and I only had to pay like $50 to get the Series S because I was just like, gimme. So I took it home. Quickly realized that I needed one of those expansion cards. I went and bought one of those things too, and yeah, it's since then it has been my primary gaming platform as well. I've been using it since I guess 2021 something. 20, yeah, that sounds right. And yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said about like the Twitch output is great. Games go on sale all the time. And it also worked to kind of wean me off of collecting. I know I think I mentioned it in our state of collecting. I even brought that thing with me when we went to Tennessee. I brought the Xbox, and
Yeah.
it's just nice to be like, oh, here's my little box that has like 200 something games on it. Like I'm set.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to worry about being like which which game should I bring with me? It's like I'll bring all of them because they're all in here. And I know people that play on PC, which is also me now, have had a large Steam libraries for years, so that this is nothing new to them. But for us console heads, like this is cool. So yeah, we're just gonna try to talk about the Series S. Ask the old question at the end: is it worth it? The classic.
Yeah.
So, are there any major talking points you want to bring up about the Series S?
Mm, maybe we could start kind of fun. Like, what are your top 3 games right now that you're playing on Xbox? It doesn't have to be Xbox exclusive
Okay.
because I don't think anything is anymore.
Yeah, only like a few. Every once in a while, they'll be like, "Here's a Halo," or "Here's a Hi-Fi Rush" or something. But usually, yeah, it's just like whatever. For
And that is
me,
integrated with Steam, so
yeah. For me, my top 3 games that I'm playing currently, um, I don't really have an order to list these. So the first one's going to be Diablo 4. I've been playing that since it came out, and I'm still playing Diablo 4. I'm gonna be playing Diablo 4 for a very long time. Been having a blast with that game. Runs surprisingly well on the Series S. I was a little concerned because we played through and did Resident Evil 4 a few months ago, and that game had some performance hiccups at times on the Series S as compared to like the PS5 and stuff. But Diablo 4 is pretty fucking good on the Series S. I've been really impressed by it. Last night I actually started playing a game. I'm playing Cameo. I started playing.
nice.
I was just fucking around on the rare replay, and I was like, "What haven't I played that much of?" And Cameo was one that I was like, I really need to like just sit down and play this. So I started playing it last night. I hadn't played a lot of that since like the 360, and even then don't think I got very far. And I don't know if I'll stick to it, but I was enjoying it. Like it's been a while since I've just played like a rare game like that. So I'm having fun. And the big one is that recently I've been replaying all of the Yakuza games, or playing them from start, and I have mostly all of them on the Xbox except for like I think Ishin Like a Dragon that came out this year, and they have 2 more that's also coming out. And I beat Yakuza Kiwami recently, and I'm currently on Kiwami 2. I'm about halfway through Kiwami 2, so that's been eating up a lot of my Xbox time is playing the Yakuza games. What about you? HBU?
HB me. Uh, I'm also playing a Diablo, but I'm playing Diablo 2. I have a personal history there. I used to play it on the computer, and I'm pretty nostalgic for it. It's classic roguelike hell adventures, and I really like the atmosphere in the game. The music is kind of I don't know, ambient hellish. And also, you can play it either online or offline, just like with any of the Diablos. And I'm making decent progress on my own. I completed the first act last night, but we were also playing through some of it on and off stream. I'm also playing Portal, still alive, the first game. It's an Xbox classic, I feel like. So I feel like they put it on sale, and I'd never played through Portal, like in whatever 18 years or however long it's been. I had played parts of it. I had friends show it to me. Oh, look at this Portal game. But I feel like it's something that I should experience on my own. And I'm most of the ways through the game, so that's been fun. Then I've been playing a lot of compilations, but I think the one that I have committed the most time to is Sega Genesis Classics recently with the Turbo Throwdown series. It's been a nice way to re-experience some of those Sega games, and we're about to record something about one of them after this.
What? a new Turbo Throwdown over on Majora TE.
Hey.
Shameless plug.
Not at all. No shame.
Yeah, I do want to mention like there was I've dropped it for now, but there was one game I was also playing on Game Pass that was Ghostwire Tokyo. Um, that was like a big PS5 game when it came out, and then it got brought over because Microsoft bought Bethesda and they own all that shit now. So
Mm.
I was playing that one for a little bit too, but subsequently playing Yakuza, which is Tokyo, and then playing Ghostwire Tokyo, which is in Tokyo. Playing two Tokyo games at once kind of like was too much for me. It was cool. It's a cool game. It's like ghosts and stuff. Like the whole city's been like turned to ghosts and stuff, and you're like trying to figure stuff out. But like, yeah, it was just like my variety of game was like walk around Tokyo and beat people up, or walk around Tokyo and like kill ghosts. And I was like, okay, I need to lay off one of these.
Yeah, Tokyo for a bit.
Too much Tokyo. TMT, too much Tokyo. Um, so I think a good way to do this would probably just to be like go over pros and cons for a little bit. Let's start with pros. And I'm going to start with a pro that I think is a big pro and something that the other consoles definitely do not have as compared to the Xbox Series S and X, technically. It is the backwards compatibility. Um, Xbox's backwards compatibility push, even though the program has ended, while the program was running, they still listed a ton of games through backwards compatibility. And that is a huge feature, I think, on Xbox still. Like it's still worthwhile to go on there and buy games from the Xbox. The 360. Of course, basically all Xbox One games are on there as well.
I think we need to clarify though, because backwards compatibility usually means you can play your old games.
And you still kind of can if you have a
You can
Series X.
rebuy your old games,
Well,
right?
if you
You can't
have
like,
Series S, yeah, you'd have to. It's all digital, so you'd have to rebuy them.
yeah.
But technically, if you already had, like, say, I bought a few games, like a Resident Evil. What's it called? Damon, I can't think of Code Veronica. I already had that on the 360 from back in the day, and then when I got my Series S, I just logged in the same account and it was there. So technically, like if you already own games digital, you can still have those. But on Series S, yeah, you'd have to buy them. On Series X, if you put in the disc for like say Gears of War 2 or something, you could still play it. Like it would still download it. Um, so
Series X, not
yeah,
S though.
yeah, not S,
Yeah.
not S. But still, there's still it's still cool value to have like access to these older games. There's still something that Sony and Nintendo are kind of stubborn about at points.
And Sega. I have a lot of Dreamcast era games on my system, and that's a nice throwback. It's nice to see I could just buy Sonic Adventure again,
Again.
on a generation. And you have it across consoles, 360, Xbox, and then they even sort it when you go to your library.
Yeah, that's how I beat Knights on stream a couple years ago as I played the 360 release of Knights. And even though I believe I actually have that on my PS3, like I don't want to bust out my PS3.
Right.
So I was just like, yeah, I play it on the Xbox. And again, like you said, they go on sale all the time. I have a huge library on my Xbox. Of course, I have like I have that expansion card thing, and I have like a 4 terabyte external hard drive because the card I only use for like the games that have to run off of the series consoles, and then the other stuff I just put on the other hard drive because those can just run off anything. And yeah, I have like 370 something games on my Xbox, and it's all because like I'll go on the store and they'll be like, "Hey, you want like all these Tomb Raider games for like $2 each?" And I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. You know? So then I'll end up buying like,
Every Capcom game in existence on sale now.
oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
What's another pro for you?
I think it's convenience, access. You get access to pretty much every game that is like modern that you could want to play. And I because I downloaded Resident Evil 4 shortly after you had talked about it. I downloaded Diablo 4 a couple days early, before it released so we could play it. Just the ability to do that while it can be abused. You could like overspend or something. I frequently don't. I mean, I tend to live within my means. But it's nice to spoil myself sometimes like that. And you know, I a lot of people say like, oh, if it's on the Switch, I'll play it that way. To me, it's the other way. If it's on the Xbox, I'll play it that way. I've reconsidered buying a couple games I already own, like Dragon Quest 11, like um, a couple ones I own digitally on PS4, like some Disney Afternoon collection. I thought of doing that for Cartoon Month. Um, I've reconsidered buying them on Xbox because I know I am more likely to play it that way.
Mm.
Why? Because I can easily stream it. Because I can easily just turn the TV on, go through the library and stuff. I get distracted. So I feel like there's like a natural incentive to just go on and play games. Usually, when I think about these modern consoles, I think about distractions. I don't really get distracted on Xbox. I'll go to the store, sure, but I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be with like 3DS or Switch.
Yeah. I think also like kind of in the same walls of that conversation is the fact that the Xbox Series S is so tiny. It's such a tiny little box that it's so easy just to take it anywhere. It's so easy just to throw it in a bag and take it. Like I go to my parents' house, usually on the weekends, like at least one day, and I'll throw it in my bag and I'll go over there and I'll plug it up and then bam, I have all my games and like we can play games. And again, that's very convenient. I think a big pro for me also is the Xbox's interface, which carries across the Series X as well. But I think Xbox just they they really didn't revamp their interface from the Xbox One from what I used from the Xbox One S. They sort of just like carried it over and improved it. And I think it's a pretty good interface for the most part. I think I like the the quick resume feature. I don't know like how often you use that feature, but I
All the
always
time.
yeah I always have a couple games on quick resume. Like right now I have Cameo and Yakuza 2 just sitting on quick resume because I know I'm going to keep playing those. And I think that's a good way for me to prioritize what games I'm playing. Is that I keep them on quick resume, and then I'm just able to hop in, hop out. I don't have to worry about being like, "What game was I playing again?" Like, do I want to load? It's like it's already ready. I just got to go and start playing again, and it loads in like 3 seconds.
My only issue with quick resume is that if you have too much going, it can start to freeze your games. I'm not
Yeah,
saying this is a con per se, but it's just something to be aware of.
yeah, that happened to my mom. She didn't know, so she got a Series S shortly after I did, and then she didn't know how to like take things off of quick resume. So
Yeah.
I remember she asked me one time. She was like, "Hey, can you look at my Xbox? Like, it's going really slow on the menu." And I was like, "Huh." So then I looked, and she had like 11 games stuck in quick resume. It was just weighing it down, and I
I'm
was,
pretty sure that happened to me too.
yeah. I was like, "Well, that's the
Yeah.
problem." I was like, "I keep like 2 or 3 max going, but usually around
It's
six."
not a thing that you deal with frequently on other systems.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like when you first get like experience that, it's like, what? A quick resume? Like I have 11 games on quick resume? How is that even possible? Or
But it is a nice feature. So.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Does Xbox have the best controller?
Have you used a PS5 controller yet?
Nah, I've seen them though, and I think I've held one in my hands.
They're really cool. like they have really cool like like vibration where like I was playing like the little pack-in Astro Boy game, and like you'd walk or Astrobot, not Astro Boy, and you'd walk and like you could actually feel like these little footsteps and stuff. Like they have like an HD vibration thing built in it. That's really cool. Like they have little features that are really neat with the controller, but I don't think the like having played PS5 because my mom has a PS5, like having played the console for a extended period of time now. While those little doodads are cool and like make it unique, the battery life still sucks for the PlayStation controllers, and the build quality does. My mom's actually gone through a controller already. She had one controller that already started drifting on her. Um, and she plays her PS5 quite a bit. So that's a concern. I've never had an Xbox controller really just go out on me. I've had them fuck up because I've broken them. Like I have this is a Xbox Elite controller. This is like the really expensive one. I have another one that I just replaced it with. That's in the other room. But this one it still works, but it's also like a little fucked up because I've dropped it. But it still works perfectly fine. It's just what happened to it was my fault. Uh, but I've hardly ever had. I don't like. I think even on the 360, I've never had Xbox controllers just die on me randomly. I've had Switch controllers. I've had PlayStation controllers. I've had tons of PlayStation controllers die on me. I don't know how many PlayStation controllers just fucking go out. And Xbox controllers are just they're just really they're really comfortable. They're really ergonomic. I love these Elite controllers. They're stupidly expensive, very expensive, but they're like the nicest controllers you're ever gonna have. And you know, having them, I can also use them on my laptop. I use Xbox controllers for Steam a lot, so there is also like dual purpose to them for me.
Yeah. I agree. Regardless if they are or are not the best, I think they're the best. It's the standard. It is the standard for gaming controllers, and the fact that it's the standard for PC and I guess Xbox. Like it's a testament. Like I mean, sure, my Switch controllers are cool, but even then, when it comes to like dual purpose, I have a lot of trouble hooking up some of my other controllers. Like the PlayStation controller refuses to work for 95% of my Steam library. My like USB retro controllers, like I'll be lucky if I can get them working with Joy to Key. So they're cool little gimmicks, but I just, I don't think they compare. The Xbox is like, and it's kind of a shame that other controllers aren't so useful in that way. But then at the end of the day too, like it is a natural fit for my hands, back triggers, right, left stick. Sometimes if it is a twin stick shooter, like I don't mind the PS4 controller because I like symmetrical sticks, which the Xbox doesn't have. But most games don't operate that way. So I think generally the Xbox controller is the way to go. I do think that controllers in general are pretty easy to come by. When you got me the system with Spencer, I think it came with two, and then I had one I was using for PC that was an Xbox controller, and then I got another one somehow and ended up with four freaking Xbox controllers like on day one.
I have I have 9.
Yeah, you got your customizable ones.
Yeah. I have. So mine came with the white one, of course, and I actually traded that with my mom for a black one because she had bought some new black ones. So I have a normal black one. Then I have a custom Turbo Zone one that I've showed off. I have a 4-zone one. I have two Xbox One controllers that still work. So anything from the Xbox One still works. That's 5 already. And then I have this Elite that I have right here. I have a wired controller that's like it's like an afterglow one that I bought a while back. And then I have there's 8 technically because then I also just got a brand new custom Elite controller, which is very expensive, but I wanted it. And that one is the one I'm using currently. But yeah, so I have 8 controllers across the Xbox, and it's like I don't need that many controllers, but they're everywhere. It just seems like I just end up with a ton of controllers, and they all work.
Well, that makes it easy for travel. If you have 9, you keep 4 at your spot, 4 at your parents.
Yeah, well, or just
one in the car.
Multiplayer with friends is nice. Like I have friends over, sometimes and we like to play games, and I had a couple friends over recently, and we were playing like Scrabble and like fucking Wheel of Fortune and stuff on my Xbox, and it was just like, hey, here's a couple Xbox controllers, you know. And you know what's funny is that back in the 360 days, I had a 360 for quite a while, and then I got a PS3, but I still played both of them. And what's so funny to me is that it seems kind of backwards when I say it, but I would like when I would buy games for each console, I would buy games for 360 that were like longer games, so like games like like Western RPGs, and games like that I would buy on 360, and then like fighting games, platformers I would buy on PS3. And a lot of the reason was because of the controller. I knew for like those longer games I'm gonna be using, or like shooters and like RPGs, I wanted that 360 controller because it just felt nicer to me to hold than like the little cheap ass PS3 controller at the time, the little plate of plasticky thing. And it's so funny to me because like that seems so backwards now to say like, oh yeah, the Xbox 360 was my RPG machine like back then.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But no, I agree. I liked the PS4 controller for a long time. But I think it's kind of worn off on me. Like I don't think I care for it that much anymore, especially the charge of those things do not last very long at all. It seems like they just kind of fizzle out. And I've gone through like 3 PS4 controllers. That's something you don't have to worry about with Xbox. So just don't leave any batteries in there.
Any last minute pros?
Last minute pros. Bum, bum, bum,
Bump, bump.
bum, 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 bum. And last minute pros. Damn.
Go first.
Go ahead.
It's got the most storage space naturally, and then you can easily upgrade it. It's sleek. It's simple. Playing online is a breeze. Yeah, you got to pay, Terry, but it's home console. I don't really care. And then I'd say that it's pretty seamless with the connectivity. We play, I get comparatively to like the Switch. We can't play almost any Switch games online.
Dude, I fight my Switch and my PS4 to play games online. I literally have to fight those things to get them to work. The Xbox, though, flawless. I play great online. I have no issue. I've never had any issues playing Xbox games online. I fucking get online and play, 16-player Halo or something, and it works fine.
Right. Fall Guys,
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So, yeah, I think just it leans in with the ease.
And I
Talking
think
about ease.
my last pro for the Xbox Series S is going to be Game Pass. No, I actually do. Game Pass is a very subjective topic. We've done a whole community discourse about it. But I still think that like if you say you weren't in as heavily into gaming as we were, if you just bought a Series S for $300 and Game Pass, you would be set. Like there's tons to play. Like you can just download them to your console. Take it anywhere. It's
right before you buy.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I
keep
did
it
that
forever.
I did that yesterday. They recently put Need for Speed Unbound on the Game Pass, and I was like, I haven't played a Need for Speed since like 2013 or something, and I was like, okay, I'll try it out. So I downloaded it on Game Pass, and I'm glad I did because when I started playing it yesterday, it was like customized your hip new rider, and I customized my guy, and then I was doing like the little tutorial thing, and they were driving, and like one of the characters said, "Man, this ride is fire," and I immediately just stopped it and like uninstalled it. I was like, "This game's not for me," and it was like the cringiest dialogue in the world, and if I would have bought that game, I would have been mad. I would have been like, "Fuck! Why did I pay for this? Like, it sucks." But like, I'm glad I just tried it on Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, Game Pass. I mean, when you have it activated, there's always something to enjoy. To me, it was a no-brainer day one when I had Game Pass to play Rare Replay, and eventually it did go on sale, and I just bought it that way. So, you know, the Fables are on there. A lot of the native like Xbox stuff is on Game Pass.
Yeah, Xbox games always come out on Game Pass, and I never buy them. I think the only first party Xbox game I bought was there was a few months there where like because I go through my times where like I'll play Game Pass and stuff and then I won't. So it was one of those like 3 month stints where I was just like not interested in playing anything off Game Pass and Pentiment by Obsidian came out and that's an Xbox game. And I really wanted to play that, so I bought that for like it was like $20, I think, brand new, because not bad. But yeah, it's just like for the most part, Xbox games that come out are on Game Pass day one, and you can just play them that way. You don't have to worry about paying 60, $70 for them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
and I think most people, not us, most people I think don't care about owning games as much anyway. The people that like only play a few games probably buy them, play them, trade them in. So I think that's a value for them.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Ready to talk about cons?
Let's do it. Let's bash Xbox bashing time.
All right, come here, Phil Spencer.
I feel up for poisoning my hamburger.
No, that was Jeff Keighley.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Phil Spencer.
Oh,
He's the head of
you're
Xbox.
Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer. Oh, oh.
I like the idea of Spencer as the head of Xbox.
You just walk into the Xbox boardroom, and there's like one of those like tall like Bond villain chairs, like turned the other way, and then he turns around and it's yeah, he sounds like a cat on his lap, and Spencer like well, well.
Oh, well, Turbo Zone. We meet again.
So let's talk cons, and I can go first if you want me to.
Want you to.
Okay, then I will. A con for me, and it's something that I've seen only a couple examples of so far, is just talking Series S, not Series X, is since the Series S. Okay, so whenever companies bring games to Xbox, they are required to have them playable on Series X and S. But Series S is a less powerful machine than the X. Not that it really matters that much. Like nobody really has 4K TVs and stuff right now. Like the TVs that that can really utilize the Series X. But still, it is a less powerful machine. I've had some instances, like I mentioned, Resident Evil 4, where it seems like the companies bringing the games over didn't fully optimize it for the Series S, and that does concern me about its future. If other newer games are just going to get look worse and worse on the console over time, as compared to the Series X, like playing some of the games that would play better on like the new 3DS, and then playing them on the original 3DS, like fucking I played Monster Hunter Stories and that port of Hyrule Warriors on the original 3DS, and they ran like shit. Like that's my concern. But with the Series S moving forward, is that will companies fully optimize their games for the Series S, or will it be like an afterthought?
Yeah, we seem to be going through a weird phase right now where a lot of the new games, like I almost feel like it's not quite becoming Switch, but I'm seeing similarities. You know how Switch is like the floodgates and like just all the crap. I feel like we're getting a lot of crap lately, and that's becoming the standard of new releases. Yes, there are still like higher budget releases, but I don't know what the future of games for the system necessarily looks like. I don't know how many like big AAA things are really coming out for it. My thing is with that as kind of like the Xbox brony thing, like let's play the big games. I feel like they all look and play the same now. So many of them, like I feel like I'm just playing a version of Tomb Raider, with the Unreal Engine. You mentioned two Tokyo games. It's like at what point am I playing the same game with a different coat of skin? And I'm nervous. I mean, I won't go and buy those games anyway. But I am worried about the future of the library.
Yeah, and kind of on that same note, during that during Jeff Keighley's summer cookout, during the Xbox event, they had it split up. It was like the Xbox showcase slash Starfield direct, and I watched that Starfield direct, and and they're like, it's the most revolutionary RPG. It's gonna change gaming. Xbox exclusive. It's Elder Scrolls in space. It's Elder Scrolls. It's the same
They
shit.
said the same shit about No Man's Sky. Where's that?
Like this is
Is that a plant simulator now?
this is the Elder Scrolls team just making a space game, and I'm like I've played like other Bethesda RPGs, and like this looks this fucking same. But I think that's more of a talking point just on modern gaming. Like I also look over at the PS5 and nothing's coming out that I care about. Um, even the Switch I think is the only console that I'm like, oh shit, Pikmin 4 is coming out. Like I have to get that, or oh shit.
It's the only one where you can watch like a video presentation and have multiple titles you're interested in. I
Yeah,
think Xbox and Sony have similar problems in that way.
yeah, the Xbox. Yeah, it's like I have to pick and choose. Where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll play. I'm gonna play Forza. Like it's very much just like another Forza. Like it's or like even the games that I'm like, oh, cool, they're bringing back Fable, and then they're like, well, we're not gonna show much about it. We're just gonna show a silly trailer. And I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, other cons. What are the cons you got?
I think they do. You know that we said that there are sales all the time, but I do think things are generally overpriced. Like I look at the movies section, not that I'm like buying movies to download. And I'm like, you want 20 bucks for this?
No.
This downloadable copy of a movie? I'm like, why is this even a part of the store?
Yeah, PlayStation has that same issue. I've never bought a movie on a game console. Like I'll like sign in and watch Netflix or some shit, but I've never like bought like a digital copy of a movie. And that is actually a con for me. That's the one thing that sucks about having the Series X is that for someone like me, I do have a large DVD collection, and I can't watch them on my Series S. I have to. I keep my PS4 plugged up, and it's basically just my DVD player.
Mm,
Like I do.
same.
Yeah, I do use it, so, to play games every once in a while. But like anymore, yeah, it's basically like I just turn it on when I want to watch a DVD or a Blu-ray, and that's one downside to having the Series X. Sorry, the Series S is that I have a whole library of DVDs and Blu-rays that I have to keep everything plugged up for, which kind of lame. But I'm not buying those movies digital. Fuck you.
Yeah, and that one is specifically a Series S problem because I don't. You could, if you had an X, you could watch the movies, right?
Yeah. If you had
Okay.
the mini fridge that is the X, you could. Which the only person I know that has one of those is Axel. He actually has an X. Um, so,
Actually,
Axely. Cons.
also, I had another one, but I can't remember exactly. But I have another con, which is sometimes if the Wi-Fi drops
Mm,
and then the Xbox turns on, I have trouble logging in, and then I can't play my system at all. And then getting it to reconnect, it becomes a huge ordeal. I think I've texted you numerous times, like not many, several. It's like two or three, where it's like, dude, what the hell's happening? Like I'm getting error codes. Like I just want to play freaking banjo, you know, and I'm getting locked out of the game.
Yeah, I had a few instances of that when I first got it. It doesn't seem like it's happened to me much anymore, but when I first got the console, I had a few times where like, yeah, my internet would go out or something, and I just want to go on and play fucking Borderlands or some shit that I have pre-installed. It's all ready to go, and it seemed like it would either not want to do it for me, or it would be really strange, really slow, and that's sadly that's part of just like the modern era of gaming. I think is also like the always online era. It's like I
Yeah.
expect everybody to have like the strongest internet and the best internet and stuff, but yeah, it does kind of like diminish the value of a console if like if I know like, oh well, I'm somewhere with shitty internet right now, like damn it. Like I probably won't be able to use my Xbox. Yeah. And as opposed to like if I was playing on like even my Switch, I could be like, oh, pop it in a game, playing the Switch.
This one's more of a question for you, I think, because I don't know if it's necessarily negative, but how do you feel about the store interface and finding games that way?
I haven't had that much of an issue with it. I do have an issue sometimes whenever I want to go and look for just backwards compatible games. It seems like that tab disappears sometimes, where I'm like I'll be looking randomly and I'll see it all the time. I'm like, oh cool, the backwards compatibility stuff. But when I'm specifically like, I want to look at the 360 games, and then I go look for that tab, it's not there. It's gone for some reason. It's like fuck me. But usually I don't. I usually only look at the deals and the new releases and what's coming soon. I do like the fact that you can add stuff to like a wish list, and then they'll just tell you when it's on sale. That's handy, because I don't like to look on the store that much. So there's a lot of times where I just get like a message and it's like, hey, fucking Torok's on sale, and I'm like, oh, neat, or something. So that's handy, but I haven't had that much of a problem. I don't know if any of the consoles have gotten the store interface to just like perfection.
Yeah.
But I think it's
Steam is the only
well,
one.
Steam, but that's different.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Steam Deck's a console, right? Um, but I would still take the Xbox store over like the Switch store any day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Switch store has like loading issues, so that's the worst of it. The Xbox one, I think it's generally pretty good. I mean, I look at the deals, and they have like two sections, like a game special, Xbox game specials, where it's like the classic stuff, and then they also break it down by like company sales, like Ubisoft sales or whatever, which I'm not really looking at. But
Come on.
I also like looking up the company name. Like I'll search that and then go from there. Sometimes I'll look at like let's say Sonic or something, and then it'll recommend other games. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah, I do like that. I've like gone on before. Like there was a time where I was just playing a lot of like older like Diablo 2 and like Baldur's Gate style RPGs. And I would go on and I would just like, I bought like the Baldur's Gate remastered. And then I'd go down and it would not Baldur's Gate, yeah, Baldur's Gate. And then I'd go down and it would be like games like this, you know.
Yeah,
That it would
yeah.
show like and I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of some of these. Like that's neat. So,
You can show all of them versus like on the Sony, it like only shows you like five. The issue I run into is when you filter by genre, because you filter by genre and it shows you like 12 results, and like the first 12 results are like Madden or like something, and it like it puts that in RPG, and I'm like, what? Like,
yeah,
why
dude.
is NHL recommended to me as RPG? Like, or it's like the most generic stuff, and it's like I just wanted to look for
I'm
a
just
racing game or
imagining you
something.
like hit a touchdown as Brett Favre, and like Brett Favre is leveled up.
Turn based, yeah. Team has acquired XP.
Hey,
You're
I need to pause for just a second. Okay, I'm
okay.
gonna call, so I'll be right back.
Answer the phone. I will entertain. How will I entertain?
I'll just cut this part out.
Well, this week's Turbo Zone episode is
Hey,
brought to you.
not much, you.
By none other than the Slimingtons
you ran, your card ran
gooey
out.
gumdrops. Get yourself a gooey gumdrop.
You have to get
No,
them to declare another Father's Day.
uh, you're craving
It's
for
second
a
Father's Day.
bathing. After you get these gooey gumdrops,
I'm actually recording a video right
you'll
now.
have
No, you're fine. You're fine.
your clean
No
gums
worries.
bathed to perfection. Nicholas gooey gumdrops.
Well, that's good. Get
Slimington.
you a salad.
Highly recommended by dentists nationwide. They're on your side. Slimingtons, gooey gumdrops. Thank you for your time.
That was my dad calling me for the, the most worthless reason. he was, I got him a Zaxby's gift card for Father's Day. You know, it was a chicken place, and he was calling me to let me know that he just used all of his card. He was like, "You need to give me another card," and I was like, "We gotta get him to declare second Father's Day."
International Chicken Day.
Yeah.
Zaxby's Day. I don't even know what it is. Zaxby Awareness Month.
There we go.
That'll be it.
What were we talking about? Xbox.
Yeah. Xbox.
So
Chicken fan.
the, the Xbox Series S, taking everything we've said into consideration, if somebody waddled up to you on the street, just waddled up, and waddled up, and they're like, "Sir, I see your RoboCop shirt. You must enjoy gaming." I don't know why they would assume that for a RoboCop, but and they asked you if they should get a Series S or a Series X. What would you tell them?
Why are those the options?
I don't know, because like I don't know if I guess if they just asked if they should get a Series S over the other consoles, what would you tell them? How about that?
Okay, so it's not S versus X. It's just series versus
Okay, yeah,
Sony.
the consoles you can buy in the store. If you can walk into the store and buy it behind, Best Buy or whatever, behind the glass, those are the consoles they're going to ask you. Like, should I buy this over those other consoles?
What do I know about the person? Just that
Nothing.
they noticed my RoboCop shirt,
They want
and
to play games. That's all you know.
I know their gender.
You can assume it, but I wouldn't do that.
I can make an inference. I can infer that
Yeah, there you go.
they're male. Okay. Yeah. Should get an Xbox.
What a question. But seriously, like, do you think the series as I think the Series S is a great entry point for like this generation of gaming, because for one, it's $200 cheaper than the other consoles. Not Switch, but like Switch is like fucking 6 years old, whatever. It's that's I don't know if you really want to call that a modern console, but it is, I guess. But just strictly talking the big boys, the PlayStation and the Xbox. This is $200 cheaper than the other platforms, and I don't think you lose that much for that trade off. As long as you're not like a hardcore physical collector.
Well, I guess it depends where we are too, because you're gonna have to have an internet connection.
That's
So
true. So if you're
that does complicate things.
yeah, so if you're stranded on a desert island,
It's just gonna be a fucking
doorstep.
toaster oven. Be your mini fridge. Hooked it up to the palm trees. It wasn't working. But assuming you have internet, like you can get internet pretty regularly, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's interesting to see like a big company like Microsoft offer I don't want to call it this because it sounds offensive, but a budget console because it is cheaper than the other console that they offer. The big one. So I guess in that sense it is a budget console, but I wouldn't call it a budget console. I would just call it like another SKU. Like the Series X is for like the hardcore, fucking the hardcore of the hardcore. You gotta have the biggest tech. Those are the guys that pay, thousands of dollars for a gaming computer. And then the Series S, I think, is for everybody else. And I think it's neat to see them do that. And it's not something we've ever seen really PlayStation do that often, or even Xbox, or Nintendo. I guess has like the Switch Lite, I guess, but even then, like, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, if you go to a Target or something, how big is the shelf of physical Xbox games you can get? Like two walls?
And they don't
I
hold
don't really see. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, and like they don't hold their value either.
No. Which I mean could be a good reason to get physical, but I really don't see the utility in it. It's just not the same as it used to be. There's no point in regularly going to look at physical games because you're gonna see the same selection over time. Maybe yeah, they start to get cheaper, etc. But I don't know. I don't even know what a Series S case looks like. I know what the Xbox One case looks like.
It's that.
Yeah.
It just kind of has like a few different labels. It just kind of looks like that. I'm curious.
Series X, I should compare that.
I'm curious if, like, since they are leaning into the Series S, they have the new black 1 TB model coming out. They don't have another model Series S, X coming out, but they have another Series S coming out. I wonder if that's telling of like the where we're going. If like physical games are just gonna eventually fizzle away, or what? Because they've been saying that for years, but they've literally been saying that since like 2010.
Yeah,
and here we are. Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I can't call it. I can't say that they're gonna entirely disappear. Maybe the physical games people get are just compilations or like these hard drive compilations or something.
Maybe.
I do think there is utility in going to a store and just being able to buy like a gift. Like there's still toy sections. I feel like people still see games as toys.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as that mindset exists, I couldn't imagine. First off, you go in these Targets or whatever, they don't even have any consoles. Just have like empty boxes. Check back soon. You know. So, but as long as that concept exists, I don't see people stopping buying them in that way.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like, in terms of the value, I think the only thing I still buy is Switch, because, like, Nintendo games hold their value. Those are the only ones that do. It's not like, most Nintendo games are still pretty pricey down the road. So, yeah, like, those I definitely don't buy digital for the most part. But, fuck, yeah, I'm buying fucking Xbox game digital, because guess what? In 3 years, that game's going to be $5.
Yeah, I understand the point.
Yeah. But no,
It's funny because my mind is like, oh, it's gonna lose its value, so get it later. Yours is like, just get it either way because fuck it.
yeah, just get it digital because it doesn't matter. Like, even if I wanted to trade it or like sell it, I'm not gonna get much for it. So,
Right, that's probably a healthier mindset anyway.
yeah,
Just obsessing over the monetary value.
yeah. But no, there is something to say there about like the idea of them being seen as toys. Because, like, what is grandma, if you tell grandma, hey, I want Forza, what is grandma more willing to do? Go to the store and ask the clerk, hey, do you have a copy of Forza? And then them go, yeah, here's the disc. Or if they go, hey, do you have a digital download key for Forza? and them go, yeah, here's the card, and I printed off the receipt, and the download key is at the bottom of the long receipt. It's right here.
Dude, imagine like freaking 5-year-old you Christmas morning and your gift is like a little envelope and then it's like, I got my download code for Forza. Thanks, Grandma.
Like, it's still super clumsy to have to do that. So
Do you think they set themselves up though by making this shift? It's going to take away from that aspect.
yeah.
It's already pathetic going to these game stores now. GameStop has become a merchandise store.
Oh yeah, I do. When I go in there lately, it's been to buy gifts. To like, the last time I went in there, I bought a set of Star Wars Mandalorian glasses as a gift. Like, I didn't buy a game. I didn't look at the games. It was just like, I'm here to buy some stupid knickknacks. What do you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird time. Strange time. I'm curious to see where we go.
Do you know what should happen? We need somebody to infiltrate and enter that mainstream console market and produce physical games
Yeah.
in some way. I think that would be a smart move.
The name starts with an S and ends with an Ega.
Slapcom.
Oh. I was gonna say Dreamcast 2 reveal.
Never. It's not gonna happen.
Anytime there's like a, like when they're doing like the mini consoles and stuff, and it's like Sega's making a new hardware, and it's like Dreamcast 2, and it's like, guys, it's not the Dreamcast 2. Stop. The second Dreamcast is coming.
Topic for another day.
Topic for another. I did read recently that Xbox almost bought Sega recently. That would have been interesting.
I feel like that's the conversation for quite a while now.
I feel like that's how you make me a devoted Xbox fan for life. Is that you buy Sega? I'm like, shit.
That would be Inception because then Xbox would own Atlas.
Yeah. They kind of already do. Dude, during the Xbox thing, they revealed like 3 Atlas games and a fucking Yakuza game during that Xbox event. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? It was like they had like a Persona 3 remake, Persona 5 Tactica thing, and the Metaphor game, and then Yakuza Infinite Wealth. And I was like, damn, Xbox. Scooping up all the Sega stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like they already have a good partnership already, so.
Speaking of having a good partnership, that's us. We have a good partnership.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, talking about the Xbox. Thanks for being the Xbox bro.
Oh, yeah. Finish my Mountain Dew.
Thanks for playing Xbox with me. Play some games.
And Diablo for hours on end until I sunk into the couch. You're welcome.
Yeah. Playing Fall Guys. I haven't played that game in a while. I need to go back to that.
That'd be fun.
I think they added like a Mario Maker type thing, like a make your own course or something. I haven't played in a while though, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Teddy, everybody go watch Majora T. I'm over there too at times for the Throwdown series and stuff. I think we did something to Kirby one time.
We did something to Kirby. What did we do to Kirby?
Yeah, what was that podcast or something we did that was like, we did what to Kirby? And then we remember that?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh.
That sounds familiar. Subscribe to Alex. He's got a lot of reviews.
Look up on YouTube.
Discussions.
Go to the YouTube search bar, type in Alex.
Yeah. Look up Alex.
Find me.
Alex of Turbozone.
What if I just started a channel just called Alex?
You should.
It's just called Alex.
Hey guys, I'm Alex.
There's no way that's not taken yet.
I just wonder who is Alex? Who is the Alex of YouTube?
Can I fight them for Alex?
Yeah. I mean, I win, but you can fight them.
I'll get Spencer to help me with his Xbox money.
We should all just make channels of our first name.
This coffee's so cold now. Nothing like a nice
It's,
room temperature cup of coffee, right?
that should be on the menus. But
Room temp.
hot or iced? Oh, room temp.
Yeah, room temp. Gross room temp.
It's a nice like homeostasis. 98.6.
It'd be awesome if they handed like a room temperature cup of coffee. That's as hot as we're allowed to serve it.
Anything else would be considered hot. You can't have that.
Too dangerous. Well, bye.
Bye.